The Wylie House is the historic home of the first president of Indiana University, Andrew Wylie. So he and his wife Margaret built it here in Bloomington in 1835. As far as I know, the Wylie House Museum and its relationship with Indiana University is really unique. I don't know of other campuses that have a historic house museum used academically the way that the Wylie House is being used. We have courses from several disciplines coming to not just tour the museum, but to research our archival materials and our artifacts and to use the property itself for interpretation. And while we're open to the public, our main priority right now is to serve the campus. So the class that we were working with is through archaeology. And so they came to look at our collections of artifacts that were discovered on the property. And then they used those to research the food industry in the 19th century.
Your projects this semester are going to relate to two historic properties. They've each selected a kind of material, and their assignment is to do a project in which they understand what that industry is. And then they can apply that sort of general understanding of the industry to the materials that they look at here as they look at examples.
I just think there's such a better understanding, not only in this class when you get to touch it and then you get to see. So I read about these different seam marks and the mold marks and maker's marks, and I'm like, okay, well, here's pictures, but how do you really recognize it? And when I looked at the bottles at the Wylie House, it made so much more sense. There's so much more to be understood if you can see it.
Many students are interested in, say, museum studies, but if they don't get a chance to actually work in a museum with materials and work with other museum professionals, they don't get the strong basis for knowing how that even works.
What we do is open up the museum, the property, all of our collections, whether they're archival or objects, and then invite instructors to come and use them in whatever way they see fit to support their learning objectives.